Welcome back to the Pizza Podcast with Christian and Johnny. Continuing on with Moses, who has lived quite a long time. But before we do, loaded baked potato pizza. We've got cheddar cheese, we've got bacon, we've got sour cream, we've got garlic, we've got ranch. Topped with some chives. I didn't stuff the crust though. It's probably going to be a little flimsy. I don't know. I mean,
it is.
Oh, and yeah, it's got potatoes on it too. So, let me take a
It's pretty hot.
quick. Yeah. Yep. I like it. Okay, maybe we do need a fork. Johnny said, maybe we should get some forks. And I said, nah, we won't need them. So far, I don't need one.
Yeah, I just don't know how to order pizza.
It's for like mashed potatoes, you gotta two-hand it. That's why. That's your problem right there. You didn't support it. It's got to have structure.
I'm a one-hand guy.
Yeah. Well,
how you gonna do this?
now you need a fork. This is really good.
I might be okay without a fork still.
Might have to pause this and eat half this pizza and then start talking. But this is
It's like a time lapse of the pizza just slowly going away.
Mm-hmm. So continuing off in Numbers chapter 22 is where we left off. Basically, the Israelites, they travel to the plains of Moab. And the Moabites are like terrified of them because they saw what the Israelites did previously to the Amorites. Basically defeat them hard. Right? So the king of Moab, his name is Balak. I think. B-A-L-A-K. Balak? Balak? I don't know.
Balak or Balak?
Yeah.
Balak.
Balak.
I don't know.
Sounds like that Mortal Kombat character. With the sword arms. That's Barak. Yeah. Close enough. So now I'm going to picture the king of Moab with sword arms.
And those crazy teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, where did he get those teeth from? I don't know. But anyway. So Balak sends messengers to go talk to a guy named Balaam with two A's. Is it Balaam? B-A-L-A-A-M? I've just been calling him Balaam.
Yeah.
Why do they have to have such similar names? Because I get them mixed up, like Balak and Balaam.
I don't know. I'm sure B-A-L stands for something.
Well, B-A-A-L is Baal. That's that's one of the other gods from the Midianites. But anyway, so Balak sends messengers to Balaam asking him if he can put a curse on the Israelites so they don't go and destroy all the Moabites. So Balaam, apparently he just has a relationship with God good enough to go talk to him whenever. So Balaam talks with God and says, hey, Balak wants me to put a curse on these people that are in the land. And God says, no, they're protected. They're my people. Balaam goes and tells the princes, the messengers, who I guess were princes, God said no. So they go back, they tell Balak. Balak sends another group of princes that are more distinguished, thinking that's going to make a difference. It's like, I don't know, you send your brother and he comes back and then you have to send your dad instead. I don't know, but it doesn't work. Balaam talks to God again. God says no. But then they want Balaam to come back with them. And he said no. And then God tells him, go with them, but don't say anything unless I tell you to say it. Right? I don't know how familiar you are with the story, but basically in chapter 22, verse 14, the Moabite princes returned to Balak, said Balaam refused to come with us. Then Balak sent other princes, more numerous and more distinguished. So he's even sent more people. So he sent a whole gang of distinguished people, princes. They went to Balaam. Mobetta. Then they told him, don't let anything keep you from coming to me, because I will reward you handsomely and do whatever you say. Come and put a curse on these people for me. But Balaam answered them, even if Balak gave me his palace filled with silver and gold, I couldn't do anything great or small or go beyond the command of the Lord my God. But stay here tonight as the others did, and I will find out what else the Lord will tell me. So this is where it gets kind of cool, but also a little confusing. Maybe you can clarify something for me. That night God came to Balaam and said, since these men have come to summon you, go with them, but do only what I tell you. Okay, so God tells Balaam, go with them. Then Balaam got up in the morning, saddled his donkey, and went with the princes of Moab. But God was very angry when he went. And the angel of the Lord stood in the road to oppose him. Why would God be angry that he went if he told him to go? Was he testing him? Here's verse 20 and 20 to 22. God says, go with them.
20, yeah, so 20 says, if the men have come to call you, rise and go with them.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they already did. So he's not saying if they come and call you again?
No, he's saying since they summoned you, since they called you, go with
It
them.
says if.
Mine says since.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Since these men have come to summon you, go with them. But do only what I tell you. So then he gets up to go with them, and God's angry with him. I don't get it. Why do you think that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that and I was like, he must have been testing him because God told him to go. But anyway, so then it says the angel of the Lord stood in the road to oppose him. Balaam was riding on his donkey. His two servants were with him. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with a drawn sword in his hand, she turned off the road into a field. So she saw the angel with a drawn sword and was like, nope. Balaam beat her to get her back on the road. Then the angel of the Lord stood in a narrow path between two vineyards with walls on both sides. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she pressed close to the wall, crushing Balaam's foot against it, so he beat her again. Then the angel of the Lord moved on ahead and stood in a narrow place where there was no room to turn to the right or the left. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she lay down under Balaam, and he was angry and beat her with his staff. So
interesting that it's
the donkey, female donkey can see the angel of the Lord, but Balaam can't, which is interesting. And it's just funny because the angel keeps moving like in front of them, and the donkey is just like, nope. So he beat her again with his staff. Then the Lord opened the donkey's mouth, and she said to Balaam, what have I done to you to make you beat me these 3 times? What would you do if you were riding an animal and it just started talking to you? I would think I'd be surprised. I'd probably think I was hallucinating, right?
Mhm.
This is verse 28.
Yeah, I don't know Balaam's.
I don't know who Balaam is. This was like the first introduction to him. They don't really go into his backstory. So I don't know his origin story. But the donkey said to Balaam, "What have I done to you to make you beat me these 3 times?" Balaam answered the donkey, "You have made a fool of me. If I had a sword in my hand, I would kill you right now." So this must be perfectly normal for him, I guess. Maybe he's Dr. Doolittle and he's used to talking to animals. I would think that if an animal started talking to somebody, they wouldn't just reply back casually. But Balaam did. So then the donkey said to Balaam, "Am I not your own donkey which you have always ridden? To this day have I been in the habit of doing this to you?" "No," he said. Then in verse 31, then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with his sword drawn. So he bowed low and fell face down.
Does it have any? I just went and read the is verse 7 talking about when they first come to him with fees for divination.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's like it's like spirits and stuff.
Yeah.
Talking to
Yeah,
stuff.
they wanted him to put a curse on the Israelites, so they were going to pay him.
So that could be why he's like able to talk to a donkey, or he's like
He was a diviner.
I don't know. Or did the donkey actually say these words, or did
Yeah.
the donkey speak donkey and he just understood what the donkey was saying?
The way that it reads, it doesn't say the donkey said hee-haw and Balaam interpreted that as... It says, she said to Balaam, "What have I done to you to make you beat me these 3 times?"
Yeah, but if someone has a pet and they're barking a certain way, like, "Oh, he's saying hello," or "Oh, he's saying he loves you," or whatever.
Yeah, but that's just made up nonsense. That's just people guessing.
I'm sure they do say, or try to say things. I don't know.
Well, in this case, it says the Lord opened the donkey's mouth, so I'm pretty sure she talked. But
Could open the mouth to hee-haw.
you could.
I don't know.
So then the angel of the Lord asks him, "Why have you beaten your donkey these 3 times? I've come here to oppose you because your path is a reckless one before me. The donkey saw me and turned away from me these 3 times. If she had not turned away, I would certainly have killed you by now, but I would have spared her." And then Balaam says, "I've sinned. I didn't realize you were standing in the road to oppose me. Now, if you are displeased, I will go back." So that's what I don't get. Like, God told him he could go. Told him to go. Just don't say anything unless I tell you. Then the angel of the Lord is opposing him, ready to kill him for going. But the angel of the Lord said to Balaam, "Go with the men, but speak only what I tell you." So he just replies again what God told him to begin with. So it's like, go. Okay, I'm mad at you for going. Okay, you want me to turn back? No, go. Well then, I guess the whole point was just to have a cool story about a talking donkey, but it just doesn't seem logical to me that God would tell him to go, get mad at him, and then the angel of the Lord tells him, go. But anyway, Balaam went with the princes of Balak. And then Balak and Balaam just have a back and forth, basically. And then in chapter 23, Balaam talks with God again. God refuses to curse them still. So Balak... What?
I'm trying to. If the whole like go, but then trying to kill him.
Yeah. In verse 20, God tells him to go.
I don't know.
Then in 22, God's angry. Then in 34, he says, if you're displeased, I'll go back. And then in 35, he says, no, go. So it's just kind of weird. But then when Balaam and Balak are together, Balak asks Balaam to curse him again. Balaam talks to God. God says no. So Balak takes him to another location where he can see the Israelites, but only part of them, not the whole army, and says, how about now? So he talks to God. God says no. So then in verse 27, chapter 23, verse 27, this was kind of funny to me. It says, then Balak said to Balaam, come, let me take you to another place. Perhaps it will please God to let you curse them for me from there. Like if you look at them from a certain angle, that, oh, okay, yeah, sure, why not? So I don't know, but Balak keeps taking Balaam to all these different places, and it says, how about now? Will you curse him now? Will you curse him now? And, God keeps saying no. Then Balaam gives an oracle saying that the Israelites are blessed, there's nothing he can do about it, and they're going to crush the Moabites. And then he basically goes home. So that's kind of in a nutshell through Numbers 24.
Who do you think the angel of the Lord is?
God.
The angel of God is God?
I think so.
Cool.
I could have sworn we had a conversation about that.
My stance was that I think it's typically Jesus.
Mm-hmm. So then in chapter 25...
So it'd be cool to dig into why God's like, go, but then Jesus is like, I'm trying to kill you. If it was Jesus.
Yeah, but then he tells him to go anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Talk about mixed messages. But then in chapter 25, while Israel was still staying in Shittim, the men began to indulge in sexual immorality with Moabite women, who invited them to the sacrifices to their gods. So the people started bowing down to the Moabite gods, Baal primarily, and the Lord's anger burned against them.
So, yeah, before...
You got notes on that?
Well, before the Balaam story we leave off, and the Israelites are like taking over all these places, and it's like, and presumably, I'm like, okay, God helping them out or something. Maybe not, but I presume so. So I'm like, okay, naturally, this is good. They're doing good. They're going to be thankful for God.
Yeah, so they're on the right track.
Next step, obviously, is to go have sex with the Moabites and sacrifice and eat and worship to their gods.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Natural progression of entering into the promised land successfully.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's the Israelite way.
The Israelite way. So yeah, so they start worshiping Baal. God gets angry, right? What else you got?
I do wonder if their name has anything to do with Baal. Just because it's similar. It might not, but I don't know. Because now Baal is introduced here.
Yeah, but Balak and Balaam are
I'll look it up.
different than Baal. There was a part in here that confused me a little bit, because I was trying to envision how this plays out, but in a nutshell in this chapter, God tells Moses, take all the leaders of the people, kill them and expose them in broad daylight before the Lord, so that the Lord's fierce anger may turn away from Israel. Do you remember that part?
What? I was looking up the thing.
I know. Did you find it? You can keep looking it up. It's all good.
Well, it's fine. Sorry. What'd you say? Oh, yeah, Phineas.
In chapter 25, yeah, well. So God tells Moses, take all the leaders of the people, kill them and expose them in broad daylight before the Lord, so that the Lord's fierce anger may turn away from Israel. So Moses tells the judges, each of you must put to death those of your men who joined in the worshipping of Baal, worshipping the Baal of Peor, specifically. It says, then an Israelite man brought to his family a Midianite woman right before the eyes of Moses and the whole assembly of Israel while they were weeping at the entrance to the tent of meeting. When Phinehas, son of Eleazar, son of Aaron, so Aaron's grandson, saw this, he left the assembly, took a spear in his hand, and followed the Israelite into the tent. He drove the spear through both of them, through the Israelite and into the woman's body. So he shish kebabbed them? Like both at the same time, with the same spear.
They were doing it.
What do you mean?
They were doing it.
No, they weren't.
That's what they're in trouble for. Doing it with the other people, and then they were doing it. And he's going into a tent. They were doing it.
No. Hold on.
Yeah.
An Israelite man brought to his family a Midianite woman right before the eyes of Moses and the whole assembly. Why would he bring a woman to his family?
They were just getting used to it and accustomed to it, and then they go into their tent, and I think they were doing it. So
followed the Israelite into the tent, drove the spear through both of them, through the Israelite and into the woman's body. Then the plague against the Israelites was stopped.
Because the plague happened because they were having sex with these people.
Yeah.
I think it's technically
Bro,
Moabites.
I didn't even catch that, but that...
Well, I think technically it says Moabites and Midianites separately, but a lot of times they are kind of interchangeable or similar. But the reason for this plague is because they're having sex with these women, and then the plague stops when these two are speared. So I think they were doing it. And Phineas put a stop to it.
It makes that story a lot cooler. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah. And then
I don't know why. I thought maybe they were just standing there and he just kind of like shish
It
kebabbed
could-
them.
it
But it
could
makes
be.
a lot more sense.
I think they were. Yeah.
And it would be a lot easier to kill them both with one spear if they were connected somehow.
They were busy. Maybe they weren't connected yet. I don't know.
Maybe they were just hugging.
Yeah, they were just hugging.
What did you do to this?
Oh, I put more of that on. I was going to get it. I was just spreading that around to another one.
Oh.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
the sour cream makes a nice... I like this. I should have put it on every piece, but...
I liked the design you had. It was like, I don't know what it was.
It's just... It's kind of like how you make a margarita pizza.
It was like,
We have the fresh mozz.
well, it was like 3 in a nice line, and then it was like, I don't know. I should have said something. I should have said something while it was still here.
I started out precise, and then I just said I
Yeah.
don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, that's crazy. So, yeah, Phineas goes into the tent with a spear.
And then it names them Zimri and Cosby?
Cosby, like Bill.
Probably Cosby.
Cosby.
I think it's Cosby.
The Jello. You know the Cosby? You ever watch the Cosby Show?
Yeah.
That's way before your time.
Yeah. Well, not really. He went to jail for...
Well, okay, so you know the modern Cosby.
I know a little bit of his
You don't
stuff.
know the old
I don't know
school, like,
any of his...
Family Man kind of
I know the Pudding Pops,
famous, wholesome
Jell-O.
Cosby guy that was
Yeah.
Jello pudding sponsor forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cosby Show is a good show.
I'm sure I saw some of it when I was young and I don't remember it.
Oh, Bill, why did you ruin it? Because you know Bill's watching too. So, I forgive you.
Is he out? Or is he still in prison? For some reason I feel like he's out.
He's gotta be out by now.
I don't know, because I don't think it's...
Bill, if you're out, just
comment.
Comment below, like, and subscribe.
I think we have to block
so it's
Bill.
Cosby.
And nowadays we have to block Bill because he's like canceled. So we can't be on his side, right?
No, he served his time. He's out.
All is forgiven.
He paid his debt to society, and
I don't know if he's out.
it's up to the individual now to whether or not to forgive him or not. And personally, I forgive him because who am I to judge him?
Yeah.
I forgive you, Bill. Disappointed.
Oh,
I
so
forgive you.
Cosby was also the daughter of Zur, who was a head of a tribe.
Yes, one of the Midianite leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know more about. So, when was
What?
it Jethro was in Midian?
You love Jethro, man.
Well, he was
Always
in Midian.
want to bring Jethro back.
He was in Midian, and he was a priest.
And
So I'm like, how? And he seemed pretty legit. So I'm like, how did the Midianites stray? And why does
Jethro wasn't around.
God want to just kill them all? I don't know.
Jethro wasn't around.
The Midianites were descendants of Abraham through one of the other ladies, not his wife. I don't know.
Everybody was a descendant of Abraham.
Yeah, mostly.
You're a descendant of Abraham.
Maybe. At least through faith, I guess. That's what the
Maybe.
Bible says. Maybe not. I don't know.
You don't think so?
Oh, I probably am, because he went to Noah, Abraham down to Noah, and then there's a flood. So probably.
You're Johnny Abraham.
Johnny Abraham.
You know that song. Johnny Abraham had many sons.
Got 0 sons.
So far, but wait until you're 100.
Wait till I'm 80, yeah. Like 90, 100, whatever. I think he was 100, and Sarah was like 90.
Hey, give it 70 years. So,
A lot of people died.
yeah, Phineas skewers these two sexually immoral people. 24,000 people died in the plague. Do you think Phineas just left the spear in him and then just walked out of the tent?
No, we probably speared him and took him out. Like, showcased it.
You know how strong you'd have to be to lift 2 dead bodies on a spear and carry them outside the tent?
Maybe he just dragged him out.
But then it would lose its theatrical impact. Just like dragging them out with the spear.
It's still pretty impactful, I think.
It'd be impactful if it would be better if he speared him, and then while he was walking out of the tent, he just grabs the flap and just keeps walking, and then the tent curtains all fall, and it's just the framework, and then in slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like that panoramic slow motion, and then there's some explosions in the background. That would be pretty sick.
That would be fun.
That would be impactful.
Mm-hmm.
The fire of the Lord comes down and burns around the... Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I'm going to picture it going down like that. I think that's how it went down. I think he speared him and then walked out, grabbed the tent curtain, just kept walking.
For some reason, I could definitely see him showing off.
That's the whole point. God told him to expose them publicly in front of the whole assembly.
Yeah.
So,
it makes sense to me. Somehow he showed it off.
godlike exposure. It's got to be pretty significant. Slow motion, panoramic view, explosions in the background. Pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's basically chapter 25.
Mm-hmm.
So then in chapter 26, God has Moses take another census of all of the men 20 years and older who can serve in the army. Which made me think, why does God keep having Moses take a census when he already knows how many people there are?
Well, this reason is to show that all the guys are dead from the first registry that were promised.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's in this chapter. It's like that's everyone. Everyone's dead except Caleb and Joshua, and I guess Moses technically, but it specifically just says Caleb and Joshua.
Well,
Where does it say? I think it's the last part.
spoiler alert, there's 601,730.
The last two verses. But among these, there was not one of those listed by Moses and Aaron the high priest, who had listed the people of Israel in the wilderness of Sinai. For the Lord had said to them, they shall die in the wilderness. Not one of them was left, except Caleb the son of Jephunneh and Joshua the son of Nun. So the whole point of the census is to say, okay, they're all dead, like I said they would die, because they're not going to the promised land, except these two.
Okay, nice. I like that. Way to tie that in. So 601,730. Do you remember how many there were in the first census?
Not exactly.
Do you think
I think it was
number's-
like 600,000.
Is it the same exact number?
I think it's slightly higher. I think it was right at 600,000.
Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much chapter 26. Chapter 27, the daughters of Zelophehad.
Speak up for women's rights.
Basically, they go to Moses and ask for an inheritance because their father didn't have any sons to give it to.
He said, hey, Moses, you ever heard of is it 13th Amendment? 14th Amendment? 15th Amendment?
Which amendment are you talking about?
Crap, which one? Which one's women's rights? 13th is slavery,
We had
right?
that?
Why? Oh, I feel like I should know this.
Look it up while I talk about this
It's
because now I'm
somewhere in
curious.
there.
I think it is
I'm going to
it's
guess.
either the 13th or the 15th. But anyway, yes, this was the daughters go to Moses and say, our father didn't have any sons. Can we, get the inheritance?
19th.
Is it?
19th.
Whoa.
A little bit
You
off.
were way off.
A little bit off.
What was the 15th?
I don't care.
Well, it was 19th Amendment. Started way back when. So Moses goes to God, and God said, yeah, go ahead and give it to him. And then from now on, any women whose father did not have any sons that dies, they would inherit the land. So that's pretty cool. I like that. And then furthering into chapter 27, basically God tells Moses, go up the mountain and see the land I gave the Israelites. After you've seen it, you two will be gathered to your people as your brother Aaron was. For when the community rebelled at the waters in the desert of Zin, both of you disobeyed my command to honor me as holy before their eyes. So that's when he struck the rock 2 times instead of spoke to it. So because of that, he could see the promised land, but he wasn't allowed to enter into it. So then God told Moses, take Joshua, the son of Nun, lay your hand on him, and basically Moses commissioned him as his successor based on what the Lord told him to do.
And super interesting, it says, take Joshua the son of Nun, a man in whom is the Spirit. Or basically the Spirit is in him.
Yeah.
Capital Spirit. Which I think is super interesting. Because I think most Old Testament Spirit's not in people. It comes upon them. And Joshua was the one where when Moses was speaking face to face with the Lord.
Yeah, Joshua stayed in the tent.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is cool. So I'm curious. Part of me wants to dig it. I didn't dig into it yet. Joshua also being similar to, like Jesus' name being like Yeshua, Joshua, Yeshua. I don't know if it's the same or just I don't know. I didn't get to look into Old Testament Joshua's name, but I'm like, this Joshua character might be a pretty big deal. I don't know.
He spent a lot of
Just
time
an
in the presence
interesting
of
guy.
God.
Yeah, super interesting.
Mm-hmm. So, Joshua is named Moses' successor, but Moses is still alive, so what are you going to do?
For now.
Yep. Chapter 28 and 29 just talks about different offerings and feasts. Not going to dig into the details on that one. The only feast I'm interested right now is this loaded baked potato pizza.
It's pizza.
Which is super good.
It is.
And also very filling.
Is it?
I don't think we're going to be able to finish it.
No, probably not. I guess it is.
But oh well. That's what Tupperware is for, right?
Yeah.
So, chapter 30, you brought Tupperware with you. I'm going to eat all this pizza now just because
I brought Tupperware.
I am not leaving a single piece left. Johnny brought Tupperware.
Just in case.
He brought Tupperware
So you don't
to
have
the
to.
pizza podcast.
So you don't have to use any foil or whatever, or Tupperware. So you don't have to give me your. Tupperware.
I don't know if I should be impressed that he came prepared, or if I should feel differently that he brought Tupperware to go and take some of this delicious pizza away.
But that would also be you can't take a negative, because then if it was the only negative you would take if it was like, nah, I don't want any. Like, you sure there's some left over? You got Tupperware, right? Nah, I forgot it.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I can't be mad at you. I'm impressed that you thought to bring Tupperware. Good for you. Good.
Okay.
Good. We'll make sure you get some pieces to put in, okay? You didn't even
It's
eat
just
your
in
dough
case.
right there.
I'm working on it.
It's like a baseball full of dough. I didn't get to stuff the crust. I didn't know what to stuff it with. It's like mashed potatoes and stuff, I guess. I didn't even know if I would have enough like potatoes to cover the pizza, let alone stuff the crust. So I didn't want to risk it.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't be cool. So anyway, chapter 30 talks about vows. And the only thing I wanted to call out here is talking about when a man makes a vow to the Lord or takes an oath to obligate himself by a pledge, he must not break his word, but do everything he said. But then in verse 6 and 8, he's talking about a woman. If she marries after she makes a vow, or after her lips utter a rash promise by which she obligates herself, and her husband hears about it but says nothing to her, then her vows or the pledges by which she obliged herself will stand. But if her husband forbids her, when he hears about it, he nullifies the vow that obligates her or the rash promise by which she obligates herself, and the Lord will release her. And then again in verse 10, if a woman living with her husband makes a vow or obligates herself by a pledge under oath, and her husband hears about it, but says nothing to her and does not forbid her, then all her vows or the pledges by which she obligated herself will stand. But if her husband nullifies them when he hears about them, then none of the vows or pledges that came from her lips will stand. So if she promises something or commits to something, and her husband hears it and doesn't say anything, good to go. But if he says, nope, she can't do that, then anything she said doesn't count.
Anything that was ever like abused.
Yeah, I don't really know.
It's like, oh, like, please, like, I promise I'll, like, I've, just a dumb example, like, I vow to pay you back, like, give me this. And the husband's like, oh, no, I didn't agree to that. Like, should you get away with a free meal or something? Like,
I don't know.
Along those
But
lines.
I kind of like that rule, though, because if she's like, I promise I'll do the dishes from now on. And then the husband's just like, dead silent. Locked in.
Okay.
I promise we'll go.
I'm thinking about vows for other people.
I'm thinking about just vows somebody could make.
Because you promise to one another within the household.
I promise we'll go to the circus one day. Or next week. Or tomorrow. Or I promise you can go play golf with your buddies this weekend. The husband's not saying anything. See, that's cool.
Yeah, if you...
And then they're locked in. So they can't even play like, I forgot, I didn't realize I said that, or...
But he's,
that's cool, it's no takes backs.
Yeah. But he's not going to be like, oh, no, don't make that vow, I don't want to go. Like...
I'm not going to hold you to that.
Yeah.
You'd be like, no.
It's definitely more for vows outside of...
How do you know? It doesn't say that.
Because that's what makes sense. To me, at least.
I mean, there's probably more situations pertaining to outside promises.
Like, oh, I promise I'll take your kids, I promise, to school in the morning. And the husband's like, oh, actually, you can't take their kids because we have this going on. It's like, crap, I can't take your kids. Like, that sucks. It's unfortunate for the other people.
Mm-hmm. So, that was just something that stood out to me when I was reading this. It's kind of weird the husband can... Doesn't matter, like, if the woman wants to or not. The husband says no, then it doesn't count. And even the Lord says, and the Lord will release her. So, that's pretty cool. Numbers 31, God tells Moses to take vengeance on the Midianites. So, actually, there was one part. Here it is, yeah. Verse 1 and 2. The Lord said to Moses, take vengeance on the Midianites for the Israelites. After that...
What was verse 1?
Verse 1, the Lord said to Moses, comma. Verse 2, take vengeance on the Midianites for the Israelites. After that, you will be gathered to your people. So if Moses knew he was going to die after taking vengeance, do you think he procrastinated a little bit? No? If God was like, do this task, and then after you're dead.
I think he's accepted it. He's like, crap, I messed up, but I'm not going to go back and do wrong now because it's going to get worse.
Not do wrong, but just kind of take your time with it. Like maybe destroy all of them except for one.
I would say that's a little wrong.
And then just kind of keep that guy hanging around.
Yeah, I would say that's a little wrong.
And as long as he lives, Moses continues to live. It makes sense.
I guess. But no.
You would
he knows what the Lord wants. So
you would just rush into it and get it over with. Knowing that after it's done, you're dead.
He's also like 120. I think even right now, he's, if not 120, he's 119.
Yeah, but that's young.
No, not really. Moses Aaron died did he die already?
Mm-hmm.
Did he?
Yeah, I think Aaron.
I don't think he died yet. My bad.
He didn't?
Not yet.
I thought he did. Because a couple chapters ago...
No, he dies in 33. He dies in chapter 33.
Oh, because a couple chapters ago, it said you're going to be taken up to the people like your brother Aaron.
Like right here, he's being told he's going to be taken up.
Oh, so it's a future... It's fortune cookie. Gotcha. Okay. So anyway...
Yeah, so they're going to war with the Midianites, and he's like, kill them all. They kill every single one.
And Balaam got killed during this.
Mm-hmm. And Zur, the father of Cosby.
Cosby.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Balaam died by the sword, right?
Yeah. By the sword.
Where is that?
If you had to be killed by the sword, how would you prefer? Would you want to be stabbed or like just hit in the head or the neck? If you think about that, like dying by the sword,
Just a good
sounds painful.
Stab temple to temple. Like fast. Like
Not a katana, bro. They probably had like broadswords.
that's what I want.
They're not samurais.
You can jab it through. A stab, yeah. Not a slice, a stab.
You wouldn't want somebody to just chop you in the neck or cut your head off like real quick.
Maybe cut off.
You'd want to get stabbed.
Temple to temple.
Bro, I don't think they went around head stabbing people.
No, but if you're asking me your preference, that's
You
my
want to be
preference.
head stabbed.
Yeah. Out of all
I don't know why that
those-
sounds like a rock band name.
Head stabbed.
It's copyright now.
Head stabbed.
Not to be used without the express permission of Ricky Bobby.
One word. Head stabbed.
Head stabbed.
I like it.
Johnny wants to be head stabbed.
I want to be head stabbed.
If he was to be killed by the sword, anybody out there, hopefully it never happens.
Yeah, that is
But-
interesting, Balaam. If he was, because didn't he say something about the Lord my God or something?
God talked to him, like straight up.
Yeah, God can talk to anybody. God talks to, was it Nebuchadnezzar?
Yeah.
He was back and forth. I think at the end he was okay. So it's interesting why he was killed, or I don't know.
He got killed by the sword. So then the people bring all the women and children back. They kill all the men. Then they bring all the women and children back. Like lots of them. So then Moses gets angry with everybody and says, have you allowed all the women to live? They were the ones who followed Balaam's advice and were the means of turning the Israelites away from the Lord in what happened at Peor, so that a plague struck the Lord's people. Now kill all the boys and kill every woman who has slept with a man, but save for yourselves every girl who has never slept with a man. So keep the virgins, kill everybody else.
How would they know?
That was my question. I literally had a note on that. Did they just take their word for it? Did they look at him and they're like, nah, you look like you've slept with a man before?
Yes, I don't know.
Or did they do like they had a doctor, like physical inspection, and then you just get sorted as they go?
I don't know.
It's sorted with a W.
That's a weird one.
SWORDED, not SORTED. They get sorted, not sorted. They get sorted to be sorted.
I got to.
Head stabbed. But yeah, how do they know? It reminds me of have you seen Ace Ventura 2? When Nature Calls? At the end, I guess he ended up doing something with the tribal virgin, whatever. They didn't like show anything, but at the end when she gets married and they go into the hut, the guy comes out like yelling, and he's like, what is he saying? And they're like, I think he's saying she's not a virgin. And he's like, they can tell that? And then you see the whole tribe like chasing him through the woods. So funny.
She was
You're
supposed to be a virgin?
You're
but
gonna,
wasn't?
yeah. So I guess they can tell, but he was in a pretty tough spot there. But yeah, I don't know. How do they? We're gonna have to watch those anyway because those are really funny. I can't believe you haven't seen. Have you seen Ace Ventura 1? Oh my gosh.
Not all the way.
Gosh,
Got bored.
no way. No, you didn't. Don't even lie.
I think it was on somewhere and I didn't watch it.
Monk fruit. So, yeah, I don't know, but that's what happened.
Very interesting.
And then anyone who killed anyone or touched anyone who was killed had to stay outside the camp 7 days. On the 3rd and 7th day, purify themselves and their captives. Every garment as well as everything made of leather, goat hair, or wood. So, there you have that.
One thing I found super interesting. It was just something that came to my head, and
Oh boy.
it made me think of parallels between like water baptism or just water cleansing, and then like fire cleansing and like what some people might think of as what hell could be. Like hell could just be like a cleansing. I don't know.
Like a shower?
So and it was talking about the cleansing part, and then they say only the gold, the silver, the bronze, iron, the tin, and the lead, everything that can stand the fire, you shall pass through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it also shall be purified with water for impurity. Whatever cannot stand the fire, you shall pass through the water. So like right now, if we go in fire, we're burned, we're dead. So we personally don't go through fire, but we have like baptisms. And I don't know if they necessarily mean like, oh, you're clean now. Now we're just like, oh, it means you're publicly declaring whatever. Well, as I was reading this, that was just what came to mind was fire is a cleansing thing. And if, I don't know how to word it exactly. It gave me the thoughts of hell. As like some people are like, oh, hell, eternal, like, you're damned, your stuff's for you, haha, sucker, I'm going to heaven. I don't know.
So you want to be baptized in fire? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm just saying, like,
It sounds painful.
There's things that can withstand fire. Physically, we cannot withstand fire. But after we die and go to hell, if we were to go to hell, could you withstand that fire and become purified? That was what popped in my head as I was reading this. And I was like, that might be worth looking into, personally.
That is super deep.
It's just what popped in my head, bro.
Because when you die, your spirit is gone. Your body's shell.
Spirit's gone. From physical or?
Your spirit goes from your body.
Okay.
Your body is just an empty shell now.
Mm-hmm. It's just meat.
So if your spirit goes to hell,
can it withstand fire and be purified?
how can you burn a ghost? I don't know. Like, it's a valid question.
It was because I'm continually thinking of things along that line and thinking of love, and it's like people might not agree with me and might get on to me about certain things about thoughts of the afterlife. You know, I don't know for sure. We can read stuff and be like, oh, this is what it says. This is also what it says. This is also what it says.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, you know, I don't know if hell is the hell that a lot of us think it is. Or if it is, it's just for, I don't know. But that was what came to mind.
Nobody really knows because, I mean, some people say they died and went to heaven and came back and they have a story about it and stuff, and that's great. But
And Paul. No, I don't know.
who's to say they didn't just have a cool dream?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because dreams, I can't explain dreams either. I have crazy dreams, but
Yeah.
they don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Not that I know of. So I don't know.
So that was just a interesting thing that popped in my head that might be
It is cool
reading
to
too far into it.
No, it's cool to think about. I mean, at the end of the day, at some point we are going to die.
At the end of the day, we're gonna die.
At some point, I
At
said.
the end of the day, at some
No,
point.
I said-
we only got an hour and a
I
half.
said at some point.
At the end of the day, at some point.
I didn't say at the end of this day. But eventually we're gonna die. There's
Depends on your definition of die.
fine. Everyone else will die. Johnny will be taken up in a chariot of fire or whatever other
Oh goodness.
miraculous wonder you want to be
No.
evaporated with. But either way, our existing life right now is going to be done. How do we prepare for it? What do we do? Can you be prepared for it? So, yeah, I mean, it's a crazy thought. No one really knows exactly what's going to happen. Heaven, hell, I don't know, waiting room. Because I've heard a bunch of stuff like, oh, God's going to show you your entire life.
Who told you that?
And they're going to review everything you've ever said and
Where's
done.
Where's that at?
Bro, this is the stuff that I was told when I was growing up. It's like when you die, God will show you your entire life and everything you've said. He's going to review.
It's just based on him judging, like just judging everything you do and say.
Yeah, and
that's what that has to be based on.
And I'm like, I thought God forgot everything when I was forgiven.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that works. Does he have a library or something?
I thought Jesus said it was finished. Wait a second.
Yeah.
There's more to this.
Jesus forgot, but God didn't. I don't know. That's what I was told, and it was probably just so that I would behave. I don't know, but
yeah,
it's hard to tell. But at the end of the day, if you have a relationship with God, that's all you can do.
Like this might even get too deep. Is there anything your kids could do?
Yeah.
I don't know if you want this on the podcast either. Is there anything your kids could do to where you would disown them and not ever want them around ever again? For the rest of your life, like, oh, you're done.
No.
Yeah. And then we're told our Heavenly Father, how much more would our Father be if we're good fathers? How much of a good father would he be?
Right, but there is a separation when you compare heaven and hell, right? Because if there wasn't, then salvation wouldn't mean anything. So the people that don't acknowledge or accept that Jesus died to give us salvation and eternal life, like, you can still love them, but they're just not going to be...
If Jesus goes to Hades, who's in Hades during that time?
When you say Hades, I think of...
That's just the words that it uses.
12, 6, -3, 1. My -3, 2. Yeah, the flight number's on the disc.
Oh, I was like
12, 6, -3, 2.
I was so confused.
I'm like, Hades, gosh.
I don't even remember where that's at, where it talks about Jesus goes to Hades, but it uses the word Hades.
Well, after the crucifixion, he goes to Hades.
I don't know if that's Acts or if that's in...
And
I think it's in Acts. I don't know.
Yeah, and then he takes the keys to death.
I don't know if it says
No,
keys. I've heard that.
It
but
says
I
keys.
don't know if it says. I heard that, but I don't know if it actually said it.
That's true. I think it might say keys. It has to say keys.
I don't know. But
whatever.
But yeah, so, okay, if he goes to Hades, who's down there? Why is he down there and who's down there?
Oh, I think the devil's down there.
Is it? Devil's on earth, bro, also.
Yeah. So? Hell is in earth. Hell is on earth.
I don't know about that one.
You don't think so? You don't think hell is like the core of the earth?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. The way I view things is like dimension differences. Like, so it could be... I don't know how to fully explain it. But I also view...
Well, like a portal. There's a portal to hell.
Not necessarily a portal. But also view things in the afterlife outside of time. So it's like if he's going to Hades, is everyone that's ever gone there? Because it's outside of time now. And so people that died after Jesus died is also there. People that have died before are also there. I don't know. It's fun to think about, though. But I don't know.
Bro, you reminded me of like
I think about it all the time.
TV show Loki. You watch that show?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about like different dimensions and timelines, and I think you'd like it based on how your thought process is going. Cause
I'm kind of over the MCU.
the what?
Marvel.
MCU.
It's the Marvel
Sounds like a
cinematic,
department in a hospital.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh.
I'm over the Marvel movies. But
So
I
you
think
going
about,
to DC now?
maybe. Probably.
We're wearing Batman colors right now.
Batman is my favorite.
Told you.
Batman's number 1. Number 2,
Batman
Daredevil.
isn't even a superhero.
Batman and Daredevil, 1 and 2.
Batman.
They're both like the most normal.
Neither of them are real superheroes.
Which
They're
makes
cool.
them great. That makes them great. That's why.
Batman's just rich.
He's skilled. Extremely skilled.
Skilled how? All of his tools do the work for him.
Not true. He goes through extreme training.
Batmobile, Batcycle, Batjet, Batcopter, Bat everything.
Yeah, he's
not
rich.
doing
He's
anything.
got a lot of gadgets.
Yeah. He doesn't do anything.
What is it? Krav Maga or something he's like trained in?
Krav Maga. Batman does
Dude,
not know Krav Maga.
I hope it's Krav Maga, bro.
It is not.
Batman training.
Batman's formal training. There's Batman fights like clean.
A wide range of martial
morally.
arts such as boxing, Muay Thai, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, it's jujitsu.
Why did I think
Those
it's
are
Krav Maga?
Krav Maga is like not clean fighting like Batman does. Krav Maga is like, I'm gonna put my thumb in your eye socket and hit you with a brick, and yeah, Krav Maga is just win the fight, end your opponent as quick as possible, and move on, which is fantastic. It's a perfect fighting style, but Batman, no way. I actually love the concept though. It would be really cool to see a Batman movie where he is just all Krav Maga. I would like to see that. Johnny, make that happen.
Regardless,
Make that happen.
he's
Johnny.
extremely skilled.
He's skilled at what? Reading a computer screen?
No, martial arts. He is also the world's greatest detective or something like that.
There are a lot of people that are experts in Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, and boxing.
Yeah. But you can't say he's
Batman isn't.
You can't just say he's
Okay,
nothing.
he's trained in martial arts. A superhero?
I think he's pretty super to get your back broken by Bane and still come back somehow.
I like Batman, but
Was that the same
it's
one?
very difficult to classify him as a superhero.
Well, he's the best of them.
How?
He's a normal guy. That's awesome. To fight the
So
foes,
is the
he's
Joker.
The Joker's stupid.
Oh, the Joker's stupid, but
Joker's
Batman.
stupid.
The Joker's cooler than Batman.
Batman should kill the Joker. Batman
The
should
Joker
kill.
could have killed Batman like 1,000 times. He just keeps
So
playing.
could
with
have
him.
Batman. They both.
No.
They both could have killed each other. They both should have killed each other.
All right, leave in the comments. Who do you like better, Batman or the Joker?
Well, nowadays it's cool to be mentally ill. So
No, you can't take that stance.
why? I used to be
It's
that.
not-
I used to be that stance. I used to have a Joker poster. I used to be on Team Joker. I can take that stance. I've been there. I've been wrong, but now I've seen the light.
I think Harley Quinn is better than Batman.
Get out of here.
She's
Stupid.
an expert fighter too,
Stupid.
and she's intelligent. She could outsmart Batman, even though she acts dumb.
I don't think that's true.
She was a psychiatrist.
Yeah, She has some smarts, but to say she can outsmart Batman, that's not true at all. I would never believe that.
All right, I don't know, debatable.
Batman, yes, he's rich, but he is also very skilled. He is very smart, and he's just a regular dude.
His butler could beat him up.
We've already gone through this.
Alfred can beat up Batman 100%. I don't care if it's Christian Bale with his shirt off or not.
You're just trying to be wrong.
I am not. How did we get here from Moses? I don't know, but
We went to hell in the afterlife to Batman somehow.
you started talking about Marvel, and then I said, "Okay,
You started talking about
you're
Loki.
DC then."
You brought up Loki. You brought up Marvel.
Because you were talking about alternate dimensions and universes and timelines.
Never. I said dimensions
You took us a whole different direction.
and outside of time, eternity. I view eternity outside of time. I view it as happening now, yesterday, tomorrow. It's I don't know.
So, anyway,
What were they doing fighting?
after they go and destroy all of the Midianites, they take the spoils and they divide it all up. And one of the things, some of these numbers for the spoil are insane. So get this, in chapter 31, verse 32, the plunder remaining from the spoils that the soldiers took, 675,000 sheep. How do you even take that? How do you take 675,000 sheep?
And it's not just sheep.
No, 72,000 cattle, 61,000 donkeys, 32,000 women who had never slept with a man. 32,000. That's crazy.
Yeah, big numbers.
So,
The coolest thing, though, was that they also got a bunch of gold, and
Yeah.
they decided to give it to God because none of them died.
16,750 shekels.
Not a single Israelite died. That
Yeah.
is verse 48.
Yep, the officers who were over the units of the army, the commanders of thousands, commanders went to Moses, said to him, your servants have counted the soldiers in their hand, and not one is missing.
Pretty cool.
That is cool. So then, in chapter 32, Moses gives some land to the Reubenites and the Gadites. I don't know. Whatever. Moses gives them land. Then
He didn't just give them land. They almost messed things up.
Well, yeah, they had to behave.
They almost cost them another 40 years in the wilderness, basically. Like, Moses gets on to him.
He does. I mean, did you want to get into it?
I think that's basically it. They didn't want to cross the Jordan, right? Or
Yeah.
they didn't want to go to war or something.
They didn't want to go to war.
And
So shall your countrymen go to war while you sit here? Why do you discourage the Israelites from going over into the land the Lord has given them? So, then he calls them a brood of sinners, and basically says if you turn away from God, from following God, he'll leave all his people in the desert, and you'll be the cause of their destruction. And Moses basically told them, if you'll arm yourselves before the Lord for battle, and if all of you go armed over the Jordan before the Lord until he's driven his enemies out, then the land is subdued. You may return and be free from your obligation. So,
yeah,
basically, if you're willing to fight, then you can have the land.
yeah. He's basically said the guys before you saw the promised land and they were scared to fight because they thought they were giants and whatever. So he's like, are you going to do the same thing they did and cause this to happen again?
Yeah. So then in chapter 33, it talks about the stages in Israel's journey, like from when they left Egypt. And they did a lot of traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it literally just says they left here, went to here. They left here, went to here, went to here, went to here, went to here. And it would be cool to have a little, you know, in the movies when they show like somebody traveling, it's like the map and then
the bus is like.
Yeah, they show like the red line and it's just going like city to city. Mm-hmm. This thing would just look like a kindergarten scribble drawing with how much they. They must have been expert campers. It was like
they have a whole portable.
They camped. Everything was camping.
They have a whole portable camp.
It wasn't they lived. Like they never. Like what's the definition of camping? Just living in a house that you can tear down and move.
I don't know.
Like how do you define camping versus just living? Is it how long you stay somewhere, or is it how you stay?
For me, it's how you stay.
So,
they were always they were there. Some places they're there for like a day. Some places they're there for years.
I know. So if I tear down my house and I put a tent, and my family and I are living in a tent in our yard, are we camping now or are we living here?
Both.
What's the difference between camping and living?
Camping implies you're not going to stay.
But at what point does it go from camping to living? A week?
Whenever you plan on staying.
when your postal address is updated?
Yeah, just whenever you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to try and stay here. I guess. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
At what point does camping become living? How long? How long, Johnny?
It's not a time period.
You just said.
It's an intention.
I think it's how long you stay somewhere.
No, it's when you decide you're going to try and stay. It's when you decide you want to stay in that place. Like, I'm going to try to stay here now. So then you're there.
No, so then you just go from camping to living?
The intent of leaving is camping.
Can you do me a quick favor and look up the definition of camping?
Sure.
Because I'm very curious. Because every single sentence in this verse, in this chapter, they left here and camped. They left here and camped. They left here and camped.
Does it matter what the definition is or what the word means to you?
I don't know yet. I want to get some clarification because...
So just Google the first one. Camping, noun, the activity of spending a vacation, living in a camp tent or camper. Verb, live for a time in a camp tent or camper as when on vacation.
So they were on vacation in the desert?
No.
And why does it say tent or camper?
That's just the modern
so it has to
Google definition.
So if you're not in a tent or a camper, you're not camping?
Lodge temporarily, especially in an inappropriate or uncomfortable place.
Inappropriate? So if you're trespassing, you're camping? If you go into somebody's property and you trespass, and you stay
here's a
the night,
fun one. It's an alternate definition. Behave in an extravagantly flamboyant or theatrical way. Example, he camped it up a bit for the cameras. Never heard that one.
Camp it up.
But camped it up.
I like it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so...
Well, these guys were pretty flamboyant then, because they camped it up everywhere.
Yeah.
They left Libna and camped. Left Rissa and camped. Yeah, so, I mean... These guys knew how to camp. Gosh, you know what stinks is all this camping, and I bet they didn't even have s'mores.
Because all I had was manna.
Oh, that's right. Oh, man.
Man.
Dude, imagine if you had a time machine and you can go back and you introduce them to s'mores.
There's what is this crap? My body doesn't feel good. I'm not gonna.
No,
I'm not gonna be this dumb.
They're gonna acknowledge God like way more. They're gonna remember everything He did.
They're gonna think you're God, and they're gonna start bowing down to you.
They're gonna make
a
chocolate
God's gonna
calf.
come and destroy you.
They're gonna make a chocolate calf Cover it in marshmallows and put some graham crackers on it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Do you think Eleazar got all that gold from the plundering, and he's like, what kind of calf can I make out of this gold? Like my dad.
Like my dad. I don't know. No, I just throw the gold in the fire and it just
see what happens.
It happened like that.
So yeah, they camp in all these places, and then the Lord speaks to Moses in the plains of Moab at the Jordan at Jericho, saying, "Speak to the people of Israel and say to them, when you pass over the Jordan into the land of Canaan, then you shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you and destroy all their figure stones and destroy all their metal images and demolish all their high places." So he's like, get rid of everything. He doesn't say kill the guys, drive them out, but get rid of everything, all the other god stuff.
And then distribute the land according to clans.
Yeah.
Larger group, give a larger inheritance. Smaller group, give a smaller one.
Oh, did we say Aaron died? Aaron died?
Not yet.
Aaron died. He died right before that.
He did?
Yeah. He dies at 123 on Mount Hor.
Okay. Sorry, Aaron.
So
You didn't make it.
123. So Moses is 120.
Bro, so all of this traveling, place to place to place to place to place, to finally get to where your destination is, and then you're too scared to go in. It just blows my mind.
Again.
Yeah.
So well, it's not again, because that was their fathers or whatever.
Yeah, but still. So chapter 34 just talks about the boundaries of Canaan, you know, the promised land and stuff, and the east, west, blah, blah, blah. Then in chapter 35, God assigns, through Moses, assigns towns for the Levites to stay in. And cities of refuge, that's what they call them. And there's a couple of...
From when you accidentally kill somebody.
Yeah, so what was it? Verse 9 through 13. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites and say to them, when you cross the Jordan into Canaan, select some towns to be your cities of refuge, to which a person who has killed someone accidentally may flee. They will be places of refuge from the avenger." So there's your Marvel thing again.
Yours just says Avenger?
Mine says Avenger. So there was only one Avenger. So
which one is that?
It must have been Captain America.
So I know Holman said Avenger of Blood. I thought sounded cool. Where's that at again? So I can find
12.
this one.
35, 12.
Yeah, the Avenger of Blood is in the ESV also.
Mine just says there'll be places of refuge from the Avenger. So Captain America was the first Avenger. So he was around back then. That was before he got frozen.
He.
That's why he had the shield, because that's what they had.
Did he stop aging? What happened? Because then he gave up something and then he became old. I don't know. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a question for Tim. He would know.
Yeah, he would.
So yeah, apparently if you messed up, Captain America would come after you, and then there's these places you could go to hide until you could stand trial.
You think the Avengers will ever chasing a guy down, and the guy's just run as fast as he can trying to get to the place?
It's like John Wick.
So he can kill him before
he
gets
puts
to
his hand on the stairs of the Continental.
Yeah.
Yeah. Touch the city gate. Can't kill me.
That's funny. I didn't think of that.
Yeah. I'll bet it's happened.
John Wick was so good.
John Wick was good. When my nephews were visiting, they'd never seen any of them. And I was like, okay, I got the whole DVD set. We're watching them. I have not seen the new one yet, the Ballerina.
Me either. It's probably okay. But I'm good with the John Wick we have. And I'm good with the ending. And I don't need more.
You haven't seen the Sonic movies, right?
They're good.
Did you see Sonic 3?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that Shadow was Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
I knew the voice, but I couldn't pinpoint it until I looked it up later.
How?
And I'm like, bro, John Wick is
you not
Shadow?
How did you not recognize his voice? Neo's voice?
I should have. I mean, I recognized it, but I could not place it. It was driving me crazy, and I had to look it up. So Keanu,
I also played Cyberpunk
Great job.
recently, and he's in Cyberpunk.
Who?
Keanu Reeves.
He is in Cyberpunk?
He's
doing
Johnny Silverhands. Silverhand or Hands?
I don't know, ask him. Comment, Keanu, on what you did in that game.
His character was Johnny Silverhand. It's a pretty fun game. It's a little mature.
That's what I hear.
It was fun.
I haven't played it myself, but...
He's a Johnny Silverhand is so it's like futuristic, but when he was alive, it's like modern day for us now. Johnny Silverhand, maybe kind of, and he's in like a rock band, but he also was like I would just say he's like a protester against like big corporations.
Yeah, okay.
So he goes to protest this big corporation with not protest, but he goes in guns blazing to like with a group.
Love it.
And he has like robot hands. So it's like kind of modern, but a little bit.
Robot hands?
He's got one robot arm. Yeah.
Okay.
But at this time they're coming out with like cybernetic whatever. So then later on it's 2077, and everyone's getting, they call it chrome. They're getting like implants, robot things. They're getting like implants in their eyes, and they're just like cyborgs, becoming cyborgs, like everyone is. So your main character goes into this corporation to do some kind of heist, and then you get implanted with this chip that has Johnny Silverhand's, basically his conscious was like copied onto this thing and gets implanted in you, and it becomes like a virus. So then you're seeing him and he's talking to you, and you can decide to be honest, to be friendly with him. You can decide to go against his wishes. It's cool to take down this corporation. It's like Grand Theft Auto, but cyborgs.
It sounds like the movie Eraser.
Never saw it.
They can implant people's consciousness into other bodies to keep them alive.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have people that go and erase them. Pretty wild. Interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly like that in the Bible. That's how it went down. But if you accidentally kill somebody...
Exactly like John Wick.
Yes. Exactly like John Wick. If you killed somebody accidentally...
You could seek...
And the person that was seek refuge...
Yeah.
Asylum.
Yes.
If you wanted...
That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah. You can seek asylum at the...
Refuge City.
The Refuge City, a.k.a. Biblical Continental. And then no business could be conducted on continental grounds, so you were safe until you had a free trial. You know, it was pretty standard.
I loved when business was on continental grounds in the movie.
I know.
It was so awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I think when I watched it the second time, I still got goosebumps when it happened. I was like, oh, so good.
Yep. Just when you thought you were safe. Sorry. So, and then, so that structure gets all set up. And then chapter 36, Zelophehad's daughters, we previously spoke about with the coming to them and asking for inheritance because their father didn't have any sons. They get an inheritance, and then it basically says every daughter who inherits land in Israel, any Israelite tribe, must marry someone in her father's tribal clan so that every Israelite will possess the inheritance of his father. So you inherit the land, but you still have to marry within the clan so that Israelites still possess the land. And that is the book of Numbers and where Moses is to date. Still alive.
Fun thing in Deuteronomy, because Deuteronomy is the second teaching or whatever the word means.
Yeah, because basically
90%
Moses
of it,
has to reteach all the people that were originally in the desert with Moses for these past 40 plus years that messed up, that were all going to die and never see the promised land because they were faithless tool bags that kept repeating the same idiotic things. God said he was going to give their descendants the land, and they were never going to see it. So now those people are all dead, and now their children are here, and Moses basically has to reteach them all of.
And then a lot of his recounting is also history. So he's teaching them like the laws and stuff, and he's also saying, hey, this is what we went through. So it kind of is like, it's like a whole review of Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers.
Yeah. So Moses has to reteach. I think Deuteronomy means like the second teaching.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's go for it.
So in fun little thing in chapter 1, verse 37, like we know previously Aaron had problems taking responsibility for the calf. Coming up with like, oh, I just threw it in there, when it's like, well, he actually finally did it. So in verse 37, Moses here is telling him, even with me, the Lord was angry on your account and said, you shall not go in there to the promised land, is what the context is.
Because of you, the Lord became angry with me also and said, you shall not enter it either.
So I'm like, Moses, is he having trouble here taking account?
Yeah.
Taking responsibility? Because it's actually multiple times. There's other verses I didn't write down. But he says it, like, I want to say 3 times total that I remember. He's like, because of the Israelites, because of you guys, God's mad and won't let me go. I'm like, I don't think that's what God would say, Moses.
Yeah, because Moses was the one that got frustrated with the people and then hit the rock twice with his staff.
Yeah. And then
That's funny.
Do you remember we were like, why wouldn't Moses plead? Like, why is he not pleading for himself? Like, God, forgive me.
Yeah.
So he actually does plead in chapter 3, verse 25.
Okay.
It's
cool. A little...
Yeah, because like a bunch of this is also, it's already happened, but it's just like between the lines of what we've already read. So he says, please let me go over and see the good land beyond the Jordan, that good hill country in Lebanon.
You know, my Bible says that fine hill country.
Hill country. But the Lord was angry with me because of you and would not listen to me. And the Lord said to me, enough from you, do not speak to me of this matter again. And go up to the top of Pisgah and lift your eyes westward and northward and southward and eastward, and look at it with your eyes, for you shall not go over this Jordan.
So your Bible makes it like, it rewords it differently. Mine says, but because of you, the Lord was angry with me and would not listen to me. That is enough, the Lord said. Do not speak to me any more about this matter. Go up to the top of Pisgah and look west and north and south and east. Look at the land with your own eyes, since you are not going to cross this Jordan.
Yeah. So the poor guy does plead for himself.
Yeah,
and he blames the Israelites.
And then God's like,
just stop it.
Do not...
I'm done. We're done with this. This is what it is.
Do not speak to me any more about this matter.
Yep. And that's also where he says, put Joshua in charge, and Joshua will take him up.
Yep. Commission Joshua, courage and strengthen, for he will lead the people across and will inherit the land that you see.
So then, I'm pretty sure everything from there until 30 is
obedience commanded, idolatry forbidden. Yeah, so just basically reteaching the rules.
Yep.
Chapter 5, the 10 Commandments again. So they got to reteach all that. Do you think Moses still had the tablets?
It's in the Ark of the Covenant.
And the Testament? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, but nobody could touch it or open it. So how did the descendants...
There actually was something where they would read something every 7 years. I don't remember.
7 years, golly.
Yeah, I don't remember where that was.
So yeah, I mean, they were carrying him around, but having to reteach all of these people again.
Yeah.
Chapter 6, love the Lord your God.
Yeah, so I skipped all the way to chapter 30. But if you want to, you can look at...
I have the entire chapter 8 underlined. For some reason.
Say? Do not forget the Lord.
Yeah. Let me just glance. I don't remember this, but I literally have the entire, every single word. Be careful to follow every command I'm giving you today, so that you may live and increase and may enter and possess the land that the Lord promised an oath to your forefathers. And it just says, like, remember, and it goes through all the details of what God did. Your clothes didn't wear out. Your feet did not swell during these 40 years. Your clothes didn't wear out? That's pretty solid. Could you imagine that?
It is.
They walked so far and their feet didn't swell. Clothes didn't wear out. Know then in your heart that as a man disciplines his son, so the Lord your God disciplines you. Observe the commands of the Lord, walking in his way and revering him. When you have eaten and are satisfied, praise the Lord your God for the good land he has given you. Be careful not to forget the Lord your God, failing to observe his commands. He's basically just reminding them, like, don't forget all this stuff. Don't forget. He led you through this. He did this. When you were thirsty, he gave you water out of a hard rock. But remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms his covenant which he swore to your forefathers as it is today. It is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth. Actually, you know what? Now that comes up, remember in the Chinese pizza one, couple ones back, I had the first fortune cookie that was
Change is
like
coming.
a big change is coming, and then I lose my job.
Yeah.
And then the second fortune cookie I opened was for
the viewer.
the viewers.
Yeah.
It said August was gonna give you financial
gain
security or something like that.
Financial security.
So I went back and watched it. So then I became the viewer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was jobless.
Yeah. That's funny.
But then I'm going through like the like our financial statements and stuff, like to figure out where our budget needs to be and stuff, so that we can live and whatever. And I see like a fraudulent charge on one of my on my credit card, on one of my accounts, and I was like, what the heck is this? And it was like some sort of college tuition thing. And I'm like, nobody's in college.
Yeah.
And then I'm scrolling and I see it again. I'm scrolling, I see it again. I see it again. I see it again.
Dang.
Bro, it went all the way back to 2023.
Dang. How did you not catch that?
It's my fault. I'm financially responsible, but we live way below our means, so I never had to scrutinize every line item. Like at the end of the month, we pay off the credit card and then we move on. So I don't go line item for line item because we're pretty conservative.
Yeah.
So I go through. I run a filter. It was $3,718 total of fraudulent fees.
Wow.
To my account for the last 2 years. It wasn't every month. It was like 3 months in a row, and then it would skip a month. But it was $169 every single time, and it just said like tuition. And I'm like, what the heck? So I called the bank, and they were like, all right, well, we're gonna have to cancel your card, which is the worst. I hate it.
Because you have to redo all the stuff that your card's connected to.
Yeah, so they're like, okay, well, we'll credit you back while we investigate it. We're gonna cancel your card, blah blah blah. But everything went through. I got a new card and updated all this stuff, and we got $3,718 back.
Sweet.
Like that. So I'm glad I went back and watched it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
crazy.
Purely coincidence, but like seriously, God provides like in the craziest ways. Like for the last 2 years, we've been getting scammed, and somebody stole our card number and was charging. Bro, it was from like May 2023. It's August 2025. And now like a week after I lose my job, I find almost $4,000 worth of funds that I just got back from the bank because they corrected the fraud. Like, it's amazing. And I know it doesn't have anything to do with the fortune cookie, but like I said, like God can speak through a fortune cookie. He can bring funds from anywhere. And that's what's super cool, because he's done that before. Like when I got laid off, like we would just get a random check in the mail for something.
So you think the funds were always there, or God's like, hey, let me put some fake funds for you?
Bro. What if there was a fraudulent charge that was like God credit, God credit, God credit?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen it before, and I mean, you kind of see transactions and stuff. Like when I go and log in and pay the card at the end of every month and go through all that, you would think I would have seen it at least once in the last 2 years.
That's funny.
But yeah, all this has happened in the past couple of weeks. Like we do our podcast, I lose my job, we get funds coming in. It's crazy. But yeah, that's it. That's why I thought of when it says, remember the Lord your God. This is Deuteronomy 8:18. For it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth. So I like that. Even though I didn't really produce it, I just got my card stolen. But God produces wealth when you need it.
Yeah.
And he gave me skills so I can do like some side stuff, mow some lawns, paint the fence, whatever. I can earn some extra money
Do you
while
mow
looking for work.
lawns?
Yeah, if I have to.
You don't mow your lawn.
I don't.
That's just interesting.
Not-
That was the first thing you said. I'm like, hold up a second.
My wife mows our lawn, but it's because she wants to.
Yeah.
And she won't let me mow the lawn.
Yeah.
I promise. You can ask her. It's like therapy for her for some reason. She loves being outside, and it's not a big lawn either. So
No, yeah, I used to push.
yeah, we have a push mower. So
I had an acre in Fountain Inn, and I would push that sucker. That was I liked it.
I remember that lawn.
But also hated it.
Every time I called you to hang out, you're like, "No, I gotta mow the lawn. I'm mowing the lawn." I'm like, "Bro, it's been 3 days. You're still mowing the lawn?"
No, I would. Sometimes I would do it in one day. Sometimes I would split it in 2 days.
Yeah, you were constantly mowing your lawn. It was
I
annoying.
wasn't.
I
But
barely ever saw you.
true. But it now I have a 0 turn, and I have an acre in my place now. But it's so much nicer.
You have a 0 turn? You have to stand or sit?
Sit.
Have a cup holder?
Yeah, I don't use it.
Oh, bro, I just make like a nice iced tea or lemonade.
Why?
Just ride around, chilling, drinking your iced tea.
You can get grass a little bit. Dirt.
It kicks up.
I ride fast, bro. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So that's cool. I have the entire chapter 8 underlined. Do not forget the Lord.
It is
But,
interesting.
But I thought that was fun. Like, lose your job, get $4,000.
Deuteronomy is also interesting because it's super quoted by Jesus. Also, fun fact.
Tablets like the first ones. You see chapter 10?
And isn't that just the 10 Commandments being put on the second tablet?
Yeah, they're just reiterating.
Yes.
They're reiterating the story.
Yeah, I skipped all the way to 30, but you could definitely, if you see anything.
Yeah, I mean, there's just they're just going through all of the stuff again, like what to do, how to do it, what's good, what's bad, what to offer, what to sacrifice, cities of refuge, going to war, atonement, rights, blessings for obedience, curses for disobedience. I like how they have that following, like, right after that. Yeah, and then chapter 34. Did you have anything? You wanted to go back to 30?
Yeah, 30 is a nice. Right. It's a nice little chapter.
All right, let's see what
where Moses basically is just saying.
Is it a haiku?
No.
It's just a short little poem.
No, it's a chapter.
Oh yeah. No.
But it's hopeful, and he's like, from what I got out of it, it's like, even if you leave the Lord, like you can get forgiven and come back. And I'm like, oh, that's super hopeful.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's the chapter that when you read it, you really have to play like some nice, like piano music in the background. It's just kind of upbeat and hopeful.
Yeah. And then
the offer of life or death.
Right after that, it talks about. It starts out like encouraging still, and then that Joshua's going to take over Then it gets super sad and not hopeful because God is saying, I know what the Israelites are about to do, and they're going to turn away from me and not do good.
The Lord said to Moses, "Now the day of your death is near. Call Joshua and present yourselves at the tent of meeting where I will commission him." So, I don't know. Would that be good if God told you, hey, you're going to die soon? Would you like to know that? And you can just kind of transition into it. Like it's not a surprise. It wouldn't be... I don't know.
If he decides to tell me, I'll just be like, okay.
I'd be like, how near? Can we be a little more specific?
It seems very near.
I know you're a God of detail, so can you please tell me the exact day and time and minute and second?
Oh, but the Lord works in mysterious ways.
No, sometimes you have to remind the Lord of his character. Say, you are a God of perfection and detail, so please give me more detail as to when I'm going to die. And I think he would honor that. I think he would say,
maybe.
Soon.
Yeah, it's super hopeful before all this. And like, hey, you can repent, you can be forgiven. And then he's like, behold, you are about to lie down with your fathers. Then this people will rise and whore after the foreign gods among them in the land that they are entering, and they will forsake me and break my covenant that I have made with them. It's
that really is
like Moses is about to die.
Dashing.
And he's given this hopeful freaking thing. Like, this is him talking this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can be forgiven. And then all of a sudden, hey, you're going to die. Also, right before you die, let me just let you know, these guys got no hope, bro.
Everything you've done and taught them is out the window.
Out the window, yeah. Done. So that was super depressing, honestly.
So Moses probably wanted to die at that point. But like, you know what? I'm
over
tired.
it.
I'm so tired.
I can look at the land. I can't go to it. I'm trying to tell these people they can repent and be forgiven. And then you tell me they're screwed.
not going to do it anyway.
Yeah, they're screwed.
And this is the second generation too.
Yeah.
So it's like they're all just going to do what their fathers did.
Yeah. It's basically after they get to Canaan. He's like, they're going to get to Canaan and then they're just going to...
So they're going to go into the promised
wild.
land and then muck it up.
Yeah.
Turds.
Super sad.
All of them.
And then there's this huge long song of Moses.
Yeah, Moses. I wonder... So, yeah, chapter 32, the Song of Moses has...
It's very long.
43
Yep.
lines. But how cool would it be to put this to like a rock?
I wouldn't say
rock
lines.
beat?
It's verses, but when
They're
I'm
like
looking
3
at
or
that,
4 lines each.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Like 6 lines each almost.
Yeah,
Some
but
of
how
them.
cool would it be to put this to like a rock track background?
It has potential to be cool, I would say.
I mean, I'm trying to think of what kind of beat. Listen, O heavens, and I will speak. Hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. Let my teaching fall like rain, and my words descend like dew, like showers on new grass, like abundant rain on tender plants. So he doesn't even rhyme it. So it would be kind of hard to...
He might have rhymed it. It's a different language.
Yeah.
My favorite thing, there's a couple psalms that actually... I'm pretty sure it was a couple psalms that actually rhymed. And I was like, did it rhyme back then or did it not rhyme? But then it just coincidentally rhymed in English. The way we set it up.
Yeah. But it would be cool to put a track over the song. Like the same thing with like in Psalms, like Song of David and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put some beats to it. And then anything in 33 you had?
He just blesses them all.
Yeah.
Super nice of them.
Bless you,
About
bless
to
you.
die. Bless them all.
Knowing that they're going to screw it up.
Yeah.
That's wild. And then chapter 4.
34.
Did I say 4?
Yeah. But in chapter 34.
Sorry.
Then
Then Moses climbed Mountain Nebo from the plains of Moab to the top of Pisgah across from Jericho. There the Lord showed him the whole land, from Gilead to Dan, all of Naphtali, the territory of Ephraim and Manasseh, all the land of Judah as far as the western sea, the Negev, and the whole region from the valley of Jericho, the city of palms, as far as Zoar. Then the Lord said to him, "This is the land I promised on oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob when I said, 'I'll give it to your descendants.' I have let you see it with your eyes, but you will not cross over into it." And Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in Moab, as the Lord had said. He buried him in Moab, in the valley opposite Beth Peor, but to this day no one knows where his grave is. So wait, when he says he, God buried Moses? I don't think I ever knew that.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming.
God buried Moses. Well, no wonder why no one can find it.
So what does this God buried Moses? Does it just mean, like, did he bury him right then and there? Or is like, yeah, I'll bury him with the wind and...
I highly doubt he got a shovel.
I'll just let it natural causes let him get buried.
You just has like a mountain just...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think I ever knew that. Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in Moab, as the Lord has said. He buried him in Moab, in the valley opposite Beth Peor, but to this day no one knows where his grave is. Moses was 120 years old when he died, yet his eyes were not weak, nor his strength gone.
Pretty cool.
The Israelites grieved.
So it's almost like he could have lived longer, but God basically put him down. Like if he would have, I mean...
It's like Old Yeller?
You gotta just put him down. Like if he would have obeyed, he could have been like...
Here's the land.
Like, hey, it's time for them to enter. Might as well put you down now. If you would have obeyed, I'd let you in. Maybe you would have lived to like 140.
I think he would have lived because God was like, okay, we're here. I'm going to let them in.
It's time.
Sorry, you can't come any farther than this.
Yeah.
And then he put him down and he buried him.
And I think that's why it says, like, he... his eyes weren't weak and he wasn't
saying,
weak.
it wasn't. He didn't die because his body failed him. He died because God
put him down.
Put him down. Yeah. I mean, that's how it is. Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
But then he buried him. So I mean, that's pretty respectful.
Yeah. But then again, it's like, where's the bury process? Does God like bury him right then and there? He's just like, yeah, I'll bury you, and it's just like the wind
just blew some sand over him,
like slowly over years and years and years. I don't know.
Or what if he took him and just like threw him? Just like if the Hulk grabbed him by the ankle.
He's the reason for the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Chucked him all the way over here.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
No one ever found him because he's still in the air. He hasn't landed.
But he
yet.
buried him, so he's not in the air.
They assume he buried him. No one found him, so how do they know?
Yeah.
And how do they know that God buried him? Who told them?
I guess we have to assume Joshua learns this?
Joshua, son of Nun, was filled with the spirit of wisdom because Moses laid his hands on him. So the Israelites listened to him and did what the Lord had commanded Moses. Since then, no prophet has risen in Israel like Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face, who did all the miraculous signs and wonders of the Lord sent him to do in Egypt, to Pharaoh and to all his officials, to his whole land, for no one has ever shown the mighty power or performed the awesome deeds that Moses did in the sight of all Israel. And he wasn't allowed to go into the land?
He was that
great. You want to talk about strict rules. All he did, unless I'm missing something, was strike a rock instead of talk to it.
And then he doesn't take accountability, though, after that.
And that's it? He couldn't have asked God, you know what, you were right. I'm sorry I got angry and I shouldn't have done that. Forgive me. Like you forgave everybody else 1,000 times over.
Yeah.
God would have been like, yeah, okay, fine. This is your one mistake.
He forgave him several times, too.
Well, I don't know, because he wasn't allowed into the land. But actually, nobody was. So he forgave the other people, too, and then they weren't allowed in. So I guess I can see it. But still.
For them to say, no one greater. I'm intrigued. I'm just interested in Joshua. Because if Moses was face to face with God, he leaves his tent. Joshua hangs around, and Joshua has the Spirit in him. My head is saying, why isn't Joshua greater than Moses? Because to me, it seems like Joshua.
It doesn't say. It just says no one has done that many wonders, or shown the power performed that Moses did in the sight of all Israel. So it doesn't say that Joshua wasn't equal to or greater. It just says Moses.
There's not arisen a prophet since in Israel like Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face.
Yeah. Joshua knew the Lord side face to face.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like he was sitting over in the corner when.
But he hangs out in the tent and he has the Spirit in him. Does Moses have the Spirit?
Yeah, but God wasn't in the tent. When Moses left, God left.
Did he?
Yeah, that's like.
I don't know if he left when Moses left. I don't think so. I don't know. But does Moses have the Spirit in him? Does Moses have the Spirit in him? Like Joshua?
Yeah. Moses had the Spirit because Moses gave Joshua the Spirit when he touched him. That's what it said.
He put hands on him and received the Spirit. It didn't mean it came from Moses.
Well, that's what it kind of alluded to. Now Joshua the son of Nun was filled with the spirit of wisdom because Moses had laid his hands on him.
It's also the spirit of wisdom, not the capital S Spirit. Earlier it mentions Joshua has the capital S Spirit.
Yeah, but I have a subtext, D, and my subtext says, or Spirit with a capital S.
Interesting.
So it is capital S, Spirit.
It means it could be, but...
No, that means that's what's written here.
The footnotes mean it could or could not be.
No, footnotes mean this is what it really means.
No, because then it would be there.
No. They like to send you back to the bottom of the page.
No. It means...
To decode it.
It means it could be... We don't know.
No.
Yeah.
No, you have to decode it to get the truth.
Okay,
it's like National Treasure.
That's just not true.
Well, mine says Joshua got the Spirit because Moses put his hands on him. You can decipher that however you want, but I don't know. But Joshua never glowed. Joshua never parted the sea.
Oh, it's interesting. I don't know if we mentioned it about Moses' face glowing. Also, Jesus' face glows when he goes up on the mountain. When he actually sees Moses.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
We talked about that.
Pretty cool parallels.
Yeah, a lot of glowing faces going on there. So.
Do you think... Oh, there was one...
Finally got Moses.
I don't know if it was like a conspiracy or... It was definitely a conspiracy. Someone's... Because it was... When they go to the mountain... I have to look into it to know for sure. They were saying these mountains are going on are like the same mountains. When Jesus goes up to the mountain, when Moses goes to the mountain. And I believe Abraham also. Or Elijah. I don't remember. When Jesus sees...
The same mountain?
Yeah. So this weird conspiracy is like a portal or whatever, which I'm like, yeah, I guess, a little crazy. But it's interesting. So I'm like, how? How is Moses there? How's Elijah there?
Alternate dimensions. Who knows?
I do know it's in Matthew.
So that is the conclusion of Moses then, huh? Are you looking it up?
And behold, there... So where's this mountain?
Where's this mountain?
I led them up a high mountain. It doesn't say. And behold, there appeared to them Moses and Elijah.
Yeah.
What do they talk about, bro?
Well, the good old days. Remember the good old days when everyone was enslaved and they weren't acting like freaking idiots? And they weren't complaining. They were complaining about different things. I think they just like to complain. Because they were complaining when they were slaves. And then they were complaining when they weren't slaves. Anyway, yes, that is the life of Moses. He had a lot going on. Was it like 13 parts?
12.
12? Got the dozen.
We got the tribes.
One for each tribe of Israel. There you go.
Got the tribes.
Perfect. What do you think about this pizza?
Oh yeah, it's good.
Hold on. Dang, I was going to get paper so we could write it down.
Well, I can write it down and you can say it after I write it down.
Okay, yeah, you do that. Because I really like this pizza. This was a good one. If you didn't bring Tupperware, I would have finished the whole thing.
You can keep it.
No.
I don't have to take.
No.
It doesn't have to be an obligation.
That's not an obligation, Johnny. This is our pizza. It's not just my pizza. We can share. It's okay.
It was really good.
It was really good. A little bit hard to hold because...
The freaking camera just died.
Okay. You got yours?
Yeah. Say it.
I am going to rate this a 9.4. 8.3? I think you mistyped it.
Oh, my bad. I meant to say 9.4.
That's okay, good. 8.3?
8.3. It's good.
I loved it. It's super good.
It's really good.
So that puts us at what, 8.7?
Probably not. Probably
8.9?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
All right, so an 8.9 for the loaded baked potato pizza. What did you like and what didn't you like?
I liked the loaded potato.
The sour cream was good. I liked it.
There wasn't anything I didn't like.
Then why an 8.3?
Just compared to other pizzas.
Other pizzas that we've made or just in the world?
Yeah, both. It's good. It's really good.
Okay. So you don't want to make this one again then?
I could.
Anything in the 8s is kind of like, it's an insult.
Just kidding. I think 8's is still good.
No, it is.
Sevens,
It is.
7s are like, oh yeah, that was okay, that was good. 8s are like, yeah, that was good. 9 is really good.
And then 10 is like...
10 is perfect.
We've never even hit it.
Yeah, 10 is perfect.
I think the closest we got was the seafood pizza, and that was a 9.8.
That was good.
And then the ricotta bacon fig was 9.7.
That was really good too.
Those two. The seafood pizza was really good, but it was like $40 in toppings.
Yeah.
Fresh seafood is not cheap.
Yeah.
So, anyway, all right. So an 8.9 for the loaded baked potato. I can live with that.
Cool.
That's good. And you got your Tupperware, so we can get you something to take home.
Cool.
And that concludes Moses. So we'll see. We do have the Sunday School with Tim coming up next. So that'll air next week. And then maybe we start Joshua. Maybe we take another route. Doesn't matter. We'll have to figure out what we want to do next. So
cool.
Stay tuned. Like and subscribe. Podcast over. At the end of the day, we are going to die.